Let him go home. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer react to court verdict. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, the senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekome, has reacted to court's verdict and asked the DSS to let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu go home and rest. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Emissaries News TV. Now we bring you the topmost of the top news all over the world. If this is your first time on this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscription button. Don't forget to hit the subscription button. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to on your notification button so that whenever our news enter, you will be the first to receive it. Or you're listening to the news proper. The senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekome, has said the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB in bracket, Nnamdi Kanu, should be released immediately after his discharge by the Court of Appeal in Abuja on Thursday. Ozekome, who is also a senior counsel to Kanu, said the separatist group leader is now a free man. While speaking on Channels Television at 10 on Thursday and also a letter sent to Emissaries News, a three-member panel of the Appellate Court led by Hanaku Sankey held at the federal government contravened the Terrorism Act, Extradition Act, and also breached International Convention on Treaties Guideline Extradition, thus violating the rights of Kanu. Reacting to the verdict, the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, said the case is not over for Kanu, saying the court did not acquit him. For the avoidance of doubt, and by the verdict of the court, Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted, Malami said. In a counter-reaction to Malami's submission, Ozekome said the Department of State Service, DSS, should let Kanu go home immediately after his lawyer present a certificate true copy of the judgment. Ozekome said what the ruling means in that Nnamdi Kanu was discharged today, that means he is a free man. And he should be allowed to go home tomorrow. By the time we get a certificate true copy of the judgment, we serve it to the office of the Attorney General and the DSS to allow Kanu go home. Let my people go, he said. In a similar reaction, Kanu's special counsel Aloy Ejimako on Friday, in a statement made available to Tassin and Emissaries News, described the AGF position as flatly wrong and it is perverse to boot. If the federal government refuses or stalls on releasing Kanu solely because it desires to levy further on new charges, it will amount to a going holding charge, which is impermissible in our jurisprudence. Thus, before the levying of any new charge can have a toga of legality or chances of conferring prosecutorial jurisdiction, Kanu has to be released first. Anything to the contrary will be nugatory, Ejimako added. As you are still on Emissaries News, where we bring you the topmost of the news where they happen all over the world. Yesterday at the appeal court, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, was discharged. But the issue here is like there is a little bit lag ahead on the process of releasing Mr. Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, as if there is a little bit lag ahead and something fishy is actually going on here. And as it stands now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu legal team are asking the DSS to allow Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to go home since the law court of the appeal has discharged Mazen Nnamdi Kanu on Thursday. But the issue here is that the Attorney General of the Federation, in the person of Malami, who is also a Chief Justice, has come out to say that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted. So it means that there are other charges that are still upon him, especially the pre-rendition charges that were upon him, of which Malami is now saying that a period before the extraordinary rendition charge, that Nnamdi Kanu has already jumped bail in 2017, and that charge is still conferred upon him and thereby still bound upon his neck. But the team of Nnamdi Kanu, the senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekome, has said the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, should be released immediately after his discharge by the Court of Appeal in Abuja. So, but now Malami is saying a different thing. So it is as if something fishy is actually going on here. And there is a 3-member panel of appellate court led by Hanaku Sankey held that the federal government contravened the Terrorism Act, Extradition Act, and also breached international convention and treaties guideline extradition, thus violating Kanu's right. Now, this 3-team panel are saying that the federal government has already violated the rights of Nnamdi Kanu, that his personal right has been infringed, and upon that he should be released. But the Attorney General of Nigeria, reacting to that verdict, Abubakar Malami said the case is not over for Kanu, saying the court did not acquit him. He said, for the avoidance of doubt and by the verdict of the court, Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted. Malami said, if you look at the matter, what is going on now, actually what these people are using is legal terms of which to a layman like you and I may not be able to understand, except we dig deeper to be able to comprehend and decipher what is actually going on in this particular matter. Malami is saying another thing. Of course, the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu is saying, since the appeal court has given their verdict that Nnamdi Kanu should be allowed to go home. But what Malami, the Attorney General, and also a Chief Justice is saying is a different thing. On his note and on his own mind, he's saying that Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted, that there are other cases that are conferred upon him and he should answer to it. But Ozekome said, what is it? The ruling means that Nnamdi Kanu was discharged today. That means he is a free man and he should be allowed to go home tomorrow by the time they get the certificate through copy of the judgment. He said, we serve it to the office of the Attorney General and the DSS to allow Nnamdi Kanu go. He said, let my people go, according to the word of Moses in the Bible. And it is believed that Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet. Some of his followers, or should I say all of his followers, regard him as a prophet of their own time. And it is believed that as Moses saved the children of Israel from the hand of Pharaoh of Egypt, that so is Nnamdi Kanu going to save his own people from the hands of Nigerian government. And that is what is actually currently happening now in this nation, and everybody is waiting to see what is going to happen last. And in a similar reaction, Kanu's special counsel Aloy Ejimako on Friday, in a statement made available to Emissaries News, described the AGF position as flatly wrong and it is perverse to boot. So there are many things that is currently ongoing now. There's also a statement. It said, if the federal government refuses to stall on releasing Kanu solely because it desires to levy further or new charges, it will amount to a bug onion holding charge, which is impermissible in our jurisprudence. This is what Ejimako has come out to say openly. He now said, thus, before the levying of any new charges can have a toga of legality or chances of conferring prosecutorial jurisdiction, Kanu has to be released first. Anything to the contrary will be nugatory, Ejimako added. So Ejimako is now saying that before any charge can be conferred upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again, that first of all, he has to be released from the DSS detention as the court has commanded. The appeal court has given their verdict that Kanu should be let go. Don't forget, I will be winding down the curtain here. Don't forget that you are still on Emissary News, where we will bring you the topmost of the top. If this is your first time on this channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to on your notification button so that whenever our news enter, you go be the first we go receive them. But most importantly, don't forget to hit the subscription button. God bless you for listening.